Hey y'all, this is Chris Angie with LaFeet Running and No Man's Land Trail Run. I'm here today with Alan Cormier. Alan is the founder and president of With You, which is a nonprofit that we are partnering with as part of our trail race in October. Alan is a father, husband, athlete, Marine, first responder. And we'll get into the partnership that we're going to have in our race in a little bit. But first, I'll let Alan introduce himself if there's anything else you want to say.
Appreciate the introduction. I am a father. I am a husband. I'm a first responder. I'm a local police officer in here in our area. This opportunity to work with LaFeet Running is something we're looking forward to. I think it's going to be a great opportunity to get our current athletes in this area. A lot of runners, a lot of ruckers, not a lot of trail runners. And I think it's going to be a good opportunity to get some of these guys out of their comfort zone and put them in an environment that is challenging mentally and physically for them.
Yeah, so just tell me generally about yourself. What sports were you involved with? How did you get to be who you are today?
Grew up being a baseball player. Always been a pretty big guy. College came around, started working out, hitting the weights, dropped some weights, getting in the Marine Corps. Kind of became an avid runner at that point. That's when we fell in love with rucking and running kind of became synonymous with each other because you always moved with weight. Post Marine Corps, got into law enforcement, focused more on weightlifting, but the last year, been really trying to get back into the running atmosphere. Started with rucking. Now it's more back into trying to get off the roads and doing something just a little different. And I've never been a trail runner before, so this is going to be a first for me come October. It's going to be probably one of the longer events I do. I'm aiming for the 25K, which will be longer than the half marathon I've done before. And it's going to be on a weird terrain. So the preparation has started and looking forward to see how that turns out.
Yeah, so you kind of hinted at it. So what we're looking to do is we're going to combine With You, which is Alan's nonprofit, with LaFeet Running. So they help first responders. I think the tagline is responding to responders.
Correct.
So Alan's kind of hinted at it a few times, but we're trying to put on a ruck as part of the 8-mile run for No Man's Land Trail Run. So we're going to offer that. We'll get into more details later, but tell me more about With You. What is it? How did it get started? What does it mean?
So With You comes from my personal recovery from stress-related illnesses from my work as a first responder. There are things that we see and we deal with on a daily basis that most civilians will never deal with in their entire life. And you put on the hero mentality, the superhero mentality, where you just get through it and you'll just move on to the next call, you'll move on to the next day, you stuff it down and you just move on and you don't let that affect you. Well, over the course of your career, those things will creep out and affect you. And so through my experiences, I had a moment like that after Hurricane Laura and Delta, which exhaustion, fatigue, whatever you want to call it, burnout, got me to a point where physically I had to take a look at myself and be like, hey, there's something going on. And so counseling, worked on that, worked on physical therapy, getting my body back into balance, and With You as part of it. I knew that my transition from who I was through what I experienced in the job had changed me. And if I had issues overcoming some of those stress-related illnesses or issues, other people did too. And this is part of my recovery as a way for me to get back to those guys. And we focus on providing access to mental health therapies, holistic therapies. Some people may need medication. Some people may just need an opportunity to get out into, back into hunting, out on the trails, have an opportunity to talk to a counselor outside of a sterile condition in an office. And so we work on those aspects of who first responders are, understanding where they're coming from and putting them together with people who are able to communicate with them and understand a little bit of what they're going through, but are also willing to meet them where they're at. For a first responder to ask for help takes a lot of courage. And so we're trying to be that voice, change that culture, and break that stigma against asking for help as a first responder.
Awesome. So how having a ruck, like we have our event for runners, we're trail runners. This is something that we've done, you know, people run these ultra distances. But you came to me asking about a ruck. How do you think that that can affect or change somebody from a first responder's perspective? What's the benefit there?
Well, the idea of a ruck is moving with weight, and most first responders deal with life carrying the burdens of the job. And so you get used to carrying this weight that you can't get rid of. Rucking as a physical component, it's kind of the same idea. It's not running, so you're not moving at a fast pace, but you're carrying a load. And I think for a lot of guys, especially the former military and first responders, there's always a load we're carrying, we're always dealing with. And the idea of the ruck is to put something heavy on your shoulders. You know, this case, I think we're going to go look at rucksacks, 30 pounds for a certain weight class, maybe 20 for others, and we'll work through that. But the idea is putting your body under some physical stress, making yourself uncomfortable, and allowing you to have the time. I mean, this course is almost 8 miles, and that's going to be a lot of time for you to battle with your demons in your brain, one step in front of the other. And when you think about it, the simplest course is walking with weight is what a ruck is. And anybody can walk 8 miles, and you add a little bit of weight, they can do it. So this is one of those things where we want to introduce people to a new idea of sport, introduce them to some other individuals they may not know yet, and give them an opportunity to experience something that's a little bit outside of their comfort zone, but something they're capable to physically handle. Hopefully some people step up and do something outside their norm, but this is an opportunity for them to do something for themselves, to kind of struggle a little bit, give them a chance to battle, but to realize that they are way stronger than they think they are, and our guys are going to be there along the way to give support.
Yeah, so With You wants to potentially sponsor some first responders or people in need to be able to do this ruck. So we're looking to try and raise some funds to do that. So what is the best way that people can donate, or how do they get in touch with you? What's the best modes of contact?
We do have a webpage. It's withuswla.org. That's one of the ways you can do it. We have an email, which is withuswla@gmail.com. We're on Facebook as With You. If you do go to our website and our Facebook page, we do have a Zephy link accessible at both locations, where there's standard donations available, or you can add your own donation. And then if you email us, we'll get that link sent to you. Our goal is to try to put on an event where we fill out a ruck division. I don't know how many people that this event can hold, but we want to get as many first responders involved. I know the trail runners are looking forward to it, but I really hope that we can have a turnout of first responders who are looking to ruck and make a statement.
Yeah, so I think this is a great cause. It's combining two great aspects. But, you know, Alan said that where you can reach With You, we know we want to sponsor some people to come out. You can also just sign up. We're going to open the ruck division on Run Sign Up. So if you're not a first responder and you want to ruck still, feel free to. We're going to open that division if you just want to run. Those are already open. We have the 8 mile, a 25K, a 50K, and you can find those on Ultra Sign Up, No Man's Land Trail Run, or you can follow us on Facebook too. Is there anything else that you had, Alan?
No, I look forward to it.
Yeah, thank you for your time.